Hello. Welcome back to another episode of the Breezy Boys.
I wasn't ready to go. we're sitting here chatting, and I think that's one of our problems. We got to save the chatting for the podcast, but I'm just chilling, and
we weren't ready when we just jumped into it.
Yeah, I've got 2 pillows here this time.
Yeah, get real comfy.
Yeah. Welcome to another rendition of the Breezy Boys podcast. This is the Happy Easter Friday, and well, I guess I don't know if this episode drops on Monday.
On Easter Monday.
Sweet. Well, anyway, either we're filming on Friday, and Happy Easter. So Easter episode. We don't really have anything Easter prepared, but I don't know. Happy Easter. What? Tell me what's, I don't know, plans? Easter plans?
This year, not a ton. Have some family coming over. They're going to be spending the night for the weekend, so that'll be cool. Yeah. Nothing too much planned. Yeah. You?
Yeah, same. Just supper Sunday night and get Sunday night off work, so it's pretty dope. And nice. But yeah, kind of disappointed I don't get to like look for eggs or anything anymore.
Yeah, I know. That's speaking of that, like what were some of the big traditions that you did?
I mean, obviously like the egg searching, but since I've entered adulthood, the Easter Bunny doesn't really come around my place anymore, so fortunately. But doing that, just like family suppers and stuff like that. There are like a few years, like my mom would try and drag me to like church sometimes, and I don't want to. I'm gonna tread lightly here because I don't want to start like bashing religion on this podcast or anything like that. But
we're a bunch of religion bashers.
Yeah, we're gonna I can't say for certain, but I'm pretty sure a good portion of our audience is like very hardcore Christian. So, but I could be wrong. Anyway, so yeah, like a few years, my mom would like drag us to church, and so like Easter Sunday was always just like the most brutal fucking day at church because it was just like long. They're pulling out all the stops, packed. I wouldn't say like packed for our church, but like at this point, like what's left in like the church that I went to is just all old people, and I don't know, the next 20 years they're gonna die off and there's gonna be nobody to go to this fucking church. But anyway, so like most of the people would come, so a little bit more busy, but still, like, even with all those people not packed. Anyway, I digress. So yeah, we go Easter Sunday, always like early in the fucking morning, like 6:30, 7 a.m. Yeah. I don't know. get up, go to fucking church.
Go to early service.
Yeah, and then it was like an extra long service. And this one year in particular, we had like kind of a newer priest, and he was kind of like a hard ass. Decided like he needed to whip us into shape. We'd all been sinning on whatever, and he's gonna come into this town and straighten us out. So we roll in. It's like fucking 7 a.m. Hungry, tired. And we get in the church. It also like cold. April, so sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's not. But that was like a particularly cold Easter, and we all go in the church, and then he like starts the whole session or service or whatever by grabbing everybody and taking them outside. And we're like, fuck, like we just sat down, whatever, got all these old people, and okay, everyone get up, go outside, grab your jackets. And we're standing outside, and there's like this, I don't know the biblical significance of this, or I think there's some story behind it, but we did this like thing where we go outside and we knock on the door, and I think we're like asking Jesus for permission to enter or something like that. I don't know, but we're outside. It's like -20. It's fucking cold. It's sun's like barely up at this point.
Yeah.
And this guy's just like knocking on the door, right? And I remember thinking like, I don't think anyone's home. Like we're all out here. Like there's no one inside to let you in. I assumed he had just like locked himself out or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
right? I'm like, fuck this. Like we should just go home at this point. But anyway, so we do a few knocks, say a prayer or some shit, and then we go inside. And then like this service was like at least 3 hours long.
I was gonna say
like it was fucking brutal. And now like I know like the Easter ones can go kind of long anyway, but like up to that point, like maybe an hour and a half, if that, probably not even that, is like what we're used to. This fucking guy like decides 3 hours long, and like we're starving at this point, and we're just like contemplating leaving, right? Like my dad's like, maybe we should just get the fuck out of here, like whatever, and just like risk the judgment. But eventually just like wrapped it up, and that sucked. Anyway, so there was that, but I don't have a whole lot of Easter traditions. Just kind of, like I said, finding the eggs, eating chocolate, having supper with the family. Of course, there's people out there. Sometimes you fast or you do Lent or whatever the fuck, right? I think like Lent
starts right after Easter, does it not?
I thought it leads up to Easter.
Yeah,
I thought it was like for like a month or something like that before, or is it a month long, or it's like 25 days or so? I think it's like the amount of time that Jesus like wandered the desert, just like starving and whatever, right? So you fast or you give something up or whatever, and 40 days, man, fuck that noise. I think I think maybe not everyone does it for 40 days anymore. But
anyway, you
give up
March
some
fast
or whatever.
April 14th.
Yeah. I'm calling bullshit. I don't think anyone survived in the desert for 40 days. But hey, like I said, we're not gonna.
There's probably an oasis.
We're not gonna. Yeah, he would have had to have some water or something at least. But he's drinking from cacti. Maybe okay. Getting some water from cacti. Maybe I'll buy that. But we're not gonna get into that. We're not picking sides here. Anyway, yeah, it was like for like the time that he was like wandering around the desert, and then I guess he gets back from the desert and they kill him. His motherfucker was better off in the desert.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, we're not getting like lit up in the chat, are we right now? Sweet. I'm just,
No, we're good.
no one's even watching. I can say whatever I want. Yeah. So anyone out there, if you're shout out if you're doing Lent or you gave something up or you're fasting or
Yeah.
I don't know. Have you ever fasted?
By accident, yes.
By accident, yeah. Yeah, like a few times, gone without eating for a bit or whatever, but
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I just like, oh, I forgot to eat for days.
Yeah. But then you
Man.
definitely like you maybe like stockpile is the word.
Yeah.
Like I've seen you eat, and when you eat, like
I eat a lot.
you throw it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I generally
So you're kind of like a
chew. I just swallow.
Yeah, you're kind of like a camel for food. Like you just like eat a lot, but then it can like hold you for quite a while. So, yeah. Some people talk about like, oh, you like, you fast for a bit, and like after a while, like you get a bit of like a euphoria from it or something, like kind of like a high, like a runner's high or something like that.
Yeah, I think this is your body. Like,
yeah, that's just like you being kind of like close to death.
Yeah.
That's your body being like, I think we're like, you're trying to kill us, and I'm gonna like try to save us right now. I'm gonna like, it's kind of like on Star Wars, like when they start changing like ship systems, Luke's like, gotta like divert the rear reflector shields to like take all the power from the shields and like put it to the engine so I can fly faster. It's like your body doing shit like that, right? Like prioritizing, like there's not really any advantage to you feeling pain right now, because this might not end well for us. So I'm gonna like eliminate pain and try to like keep us alive for a bit longer. Exactly. It's kind of like a runner high. Like I don't like that word. I don't think a runner's high is like an actual high. I think it's, again, your body being like, we're kind of like fucking dying right now.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Just it's parts of your body shutting down.
Yeah, like, and like prioritizing stuff, and not that like you can't like you get the runner's high and whatever, and then like you're fine later. Yeah. But it's just like a primal, like your body is kind of like in an emergency state because it's not sure if like your life's in danger or something like that, right? Exactly. But anyway.
Yeah. No. Sometimes when I stand up, I lose consciousness, and
that might not be the same thing.
Yeah, my doctor says it's probably from not eating a lot.
Yeah,
right.
Thought you're gonna say it's your body being like, don't do that, don't stand up.
Yeah.
What are we doing getting up?
But there's like a slight moment where it's just like I get like that high feeling.
Yeah.
And I get why people...
that like lightheaded.
Yeah, that lightheaded. I think that's what people like,
mm-hmm.
which I understand. I like it a lot too. But it's just like, I can't see myself getting it from another source because I don't... It's not like a place that I like being at.
Yeah. Well,
right? Like
you could have been
nice
like...
for a second, but it's like,
That's essentially just like those kids, like, choking each other out to like experience that. Yeah, basically, yeah. How did we went from Easter to
that
autoerotic asphyxiation somehow. The first podcast to ever do that.
Yeah, just switching it
up. What else do you want to talk about today? Can we just
I don't think we can go back to Easter traditions now.
Just dive deeper into
Here, I got a tradition. My mom used to do
the title for this episode: Easter traditions / autoerotic asphyxiation.
Yeah,
unrelated.
This one she did for St. Patrick's Day, but it was a kid-friendly version. Because usually St. Patrick's Day is for like adults.
I think St. Patrick's Day can be like a good kids holiday too. Definitely like the alcoholism is very or like the events and stuff like that are definitely adult geared, but like kids can enjoy it too, leprechauns and shamrocks, and give them like green milk or Kool-Aid or something. I don't know what do kids drink these days. Tide Pods.
But yeah, so just here's your time slot, Timmy. Enjoy.
It's green for St. Patrick's Day.
But yeah, so what we would do is she'd sometimes bring. It's like, okay, well, it's the night before St. Patrick's Day, so you have to leave out some Lucky Charms, and then that's the trade. He'll give you some gold coins.
I think I maybe did that like once or twice. Yeah.
If you leave out some Lucky Charms, he'll take it and leave you some gold coins in lieu of taking your cereal. I'm like, oh, okay. And then, you wake up in the morning, go over there, and instead of the bowl of...
And at first, you're just like, dude, what the fuck? Like, this guy used to leave stuff for free, and now I gotta give him Lucky Charms. What the hell is going on? Leprechaun raised his prices.
Yeah, and then I'm like, oh, no way, gold coins. And they're all, like, these chocolate coins. And I'm like, oh, this is dope.
Yeah. And now you're an adult. You're like, I would have preferred real gold.
Yeah.
This fucking leprechaun, he's got real gold. And he's giving all the kids gold coins, and they're just happy with it. They don't know any better. And they can you zoom in on me for a second?
I think on Easter I used to get quarters.
And
for like those like nice quarters that come in like gift certificates.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems like
he hoards the gold, gives the kids fake gold coins, and he fucking gets away with it. No one says anything. Anyway, that was kind of like a mini you can zoom out now. Kind of like a mini rant. Yeah. I just cuz I feel like the last two rants that I did, I ended with like, and they fucking got away with it. Or like, and no one says anything. That's kind of like maybe that bothers me the most in life is when stuff happens and just like no one seems to notice or care. Anyway. Quarters,
on Easter. I don't know.
On St. Patrick's Day or Easter?
I guess we're talking about St. Patrick's Day. I got
either are
back on
the two are kind of like they're pretty close together, I guess. So yeah, the two can be
within a month of each other.
Yeah, you know what I would love is if they just like if they kind of like combine the two and just like the time from like St. Patrick's Day to the time to Easter, and it's just kind of like all one big like holiday. And you know what? You could go like considering the theme for St. Patrick's Day and then kind of like the theme for Easter, like we're talking about Lent and stuff like that. You could do like St. Patrick's Day, and for like the first week or the first few days, you just go on like a fucking bender and you just like drink like crazy, but then you like slowly like cut back and it becomes like this up to like Easter, and it becomes kind of like this sobriety battle, like where you're just like a little bit less every day until like Easter, when you're just like don't drink anything or whatever. And then I don't know. I'm not sure who that would benefit, but maybe if you struggle with alcoholism, that's the St. Patrick's Day. Yeah. Just fucking cut loose, go crazy, and then you kind of like slow, rather than going like cold turkey, you just like slowly cut back. Yeah. I don't know. I'm no therapist or nothing, so I don't know how effective that would be, but
we're not experts here.
No.
And we don't look at facts.
Legally, we cannot endorse anything that has been said here.
No.
We are not liable for anyone who actually attempts anything.
Yeah, you should be careful. If you try that, we're not responsible for what happens. Yeah. That could be interesting. So yeah, we've killed a lot of time already just flying by the seat of our pants here. I love it.
Yeah.
Do we have any like actual, I don't know, topics that we want to hit? Or I've got some things in mind, but what do you?
We could go to like the Halo TV show. We could go to.
I kind of want to talk about the Halo show for a bit, because I've kind of been. So yeah, like the Halo series, I believe there's 4 episodes out
Yep.
by now. Will there maybe by the time this episode drops, there's gonna be the 5th episode? Is it Sundays they come out? So, anyway.
They come out on Mondays.
Oh, sweet, same time.
Yeah, but we might switch that to Fridays. We'll see. I don't know. We're kind of it's up.
Or no, but like Halo. When does that come out? Every week?
Thursdays.
Thursdays.
Yeah, Thursdays.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah, there's like 4 episodes out right now, and I've only seen the first 2, but yeah, we kind of talked about our initial thoughts in the last couple of episodes, and there's definitely like fans are sharing their thoughts online and stuff like that, and so yeah, like I had a few I think we kind of covered this. Like I've been enjoying it for the most part. Like it's been pretty good show. It looks good. I think everything like looks pretty cool. Just as far as like canon and like accuracy, right? Like
It's out there.
yeah, it's not. Yeah, I was like looking at stuff. I'm like, oh, that's not really accurate. That's not really accurate. And they've been so like it's been established as like it's just a separate timeline from the games. It's not canon, and that's a little disappointing, right?
Completely. Yeah, I'm watching it because it's still Halo, and I'm still enjoying the series, but it would be so much better if it was canon and they actually
Yeah,
if it meant something to Halo fans.
yeah. Part of me is like what's the point of this if it's not canon? Why even like make this? Why even watch it? Right.
Exactly, and then they also have like so much. Like they have the books, they have the game. Like there's so much.
There's a lot of good
lore
canon to go off of. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, a little disappointed, and so that's I think the biggest thing that I've been hearing a lot of fans, are kind of disappointed about. The actor that like plays Master Chief. I think a lot of fans aren't super happy with him necessarily. And he's kind of like gotten some little bit of backlash, and then he's like kind of spoken out back to the fans, and like his stance has been like well he's got a very fair point too, that like they're trying their best and kind of just like whatever, deal with it. Like if you don't like it, don't watch it, right? Which is fair. Anyway, so like my thoughts are I yeah, when I first saw him, like he wasn't what I was expecting for Master Chief necessarily. I'm not too sure what I was expecting, but I don't think like the voice necessarily matched, and he didn't quite like look like what I thought Master Chief would look like. That being said, that's just like a casting thing. That has nothing to do with him. I think he's actually doing a pretty good job. I think he's given a pretty good performance, even though he's just physically is just like not quite what people expected, right? I was also expecting like the Spartans don't look quite as tall in live action, which is just like that's just like a human issue, right? Like these actors that you're getting to play them, like they're not 7 feet tall like a Spartan would be anyway. So yeah, I was like I kind of expected this guy to be taller, but I mean he's probably a pretty tall guy anyway. No, I think the actor's actually doing a pretty good job. My issue is just like the creative decisions that they've been making. So anyway,
the overall like decisions. I think everyone involved is like doing like, a pretty good job.
The acting overall, I think it has been good. Just. Yeah, and just like as a show, it's been fine. But like as a Halo show, just a lot of people are disappointed about, yeah, like certain things that just don't add up. I don't know. Yeah, so really
The actor's 6'4".
6'4". Oh shit, yeah, so he is
He's a big guy.
he is pretty tall. Again,
Yeah.
I mean, like, Master Chief's like over 7 feet, but anyway, but yeah, like, who are you gonna, without CGI or something like that, or like the armor looks like maybe it makes him like a little bit taller anyway, so
Mhm.
they no, they're doing pretty good. Um, they're, oh yeah, anyway, so that I kind of had like a fun like thing we could do, or it brought me to um like come up with a question that I want to like give to you. Like, what do you think, what were you expecting, or like is there maybe someone, another actor that you think could have like nailed the Master Chief role, or like other characters in Halo? I'm also like, there's not there's a few characters that we like recognize, but out of like all the awesome characters that we've had in the video games, and even like they've had very good voice actors that could totally play them in live action, right? Like on the screen. Couple examples like Sergeant Buck could be in the show.
Oh, totally.
And it would just be Nathan Fillion because the character was just designed after him, right?
Oh,
So I
totally.
think that would be great. Locke, who's like a character, that Agent Locke, who's like he started live action and then they put him into the video games. They could do him live action again, right? Like easily. But anyway, yeah, like what do you, I don't know, are there some characters that I think we could like pick some characters that we'd love to see in uh like live action Halo, and then like some actors that could play them, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, Buck, right? Locke. Locke was like they had the certain actor in Nightfall, I think, right,
Mhm.
was the show. That's where he like originally showed up. And then he was in Halo 5. Now, I believe in Halo 5, I think I like had a debate with someone about this. I'm pretty sure in Halo 5, like the character is modeled after the guy that played him in the live action, but the voice of him was actually a different voice actor in Halo 5 than like the guy that the character was modeled after. I'm pretty sure. We will probably try to confirm that here, but I'm like fairly certain like the actor that did his voice in the game was not the actor that um
Yeah.
it was like modeled after. But anyway, yeah, what I don't know. Give me what's a character you kind of wanted to see on the series?
Well, I wanted to see all of Blue Team.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Blue team.
Um,
I agree. Yeah, and that was like they have Master Chief has this silver team, and that was kind of almost like a, I don't know, a little bit of a tease or something like that. Like you mentioned, like, all right, you have silver team. Like obviously it's like your knockoff blue team, right? Like I
Mhm.
think they knew people were expecting blue team, but they wanted to do something else. So this is kind of like their like uh like cheap version of like doing blue
Oh,
team without doing blue team,
yeah,
right?
exactly. They pretty much have Linda the sniper.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, you could say
The
that
Vanek is
Fred.
just Fred essentially, yeah.
Um, and yeah,
Yeah, the other one is like Kelly on blue team, right? And she was
exactly.
like known for being fast, and so like the other one was kind of running around. I think she has like, looks like she has like a radio like kind of backpack or something like that, but yeah, yeah, same kind of so yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know, should have just done blue team, man,
Mhm.
but um and then you could see the nice thing about that, like they could have just got the voice actors of blue team to play Blue Team because we've never seen any of them unmasked.
Yep.
I think we've seen in like the cartoon, The Fall of Reach, like a young Blue Team without their helmets, but I mean that Master Chief doesn't look anything like this Master Chief and whatever, right? So yeah, have Blue Team, same actors.
And to be clear, like you've only seen the first 2 episodes, right?
Yeah.
So they've introduced a couple scenes now.
Oh
with
yeah, they're
young Master Chief.
Oh, okay.
Young John. They have kept with like quite a bit of his backstory.
That's good. Yeah.
From what I understand. But my knowledge of the lore isn't as great as yours. So
yeah, I still have to watch the 2 more later episodes. And then you mentioned too, like, it'd be nice to see a little more action. We're 4 episodes in, and I kind of want to see some, some more Spartans fighting Covenant.
Yeah, they've been talking a lot about the Covenant, but there hasn't been any Covenant sightings since like
the first
there's
episode.
Been a couple like little
yeah
things, but like
there's kind of, you see the prophets and they're, without doing spoilers and stuff. Yeah, no grunts yet. Have we
yet to see jackals?
Yeah, I like most of the Covenant. We've only seen the elites.
Okay, so you guys have
to I don't want to.
Yeah, you guys gotta watch the new
spoil much for me, but
I have to talk.
But yeah, there's definitely like plenty of enemies in Covenant that we haven't seen yet. But yeah, I was like, yeah, there's plenty of characters that we could still, off the top of my head, again, like Noble Team would be cool to to see, because they're they would be alive at this point, right?
Yep.
And you could have some interesting casting with that, off the top of my head, I think that like you could even have like a Noble 6 who is like not with Noble Team until like the Fall of Reach, right? But you could like show him or something like that. I think it would be really funny if like Noble 6, who really doesn't talk much, and you never like see him or her without the helmet on. I think it would be really funny if, and like this show's obviously got a huge budget, if they got just a massively famous actor and just like didn't show their face and they like never said anything. I think that would be fucking hilarious.
Kind of like Deadpool 2 with
exactly
Brad Pitt.
Exactly like that. Yeah, you hear them like talk for a second and you're like, dude, is that Tom Cruise's voice? Right? Like just some shit like that, or just like some massively big actor. I'd love to see George. Who would you want to see play George? In George from Noble Team, who is a Spartan too, so like he was trained with like Master Chief and stuff like that. I think it would be cool if they even just like showed him or like teased him, right?
Oh, totally.
Even maybe before he was with Noble Team or whatever. If they who give me a casting choice right off the top of your head for George.
For some reason, I want to say Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum.
Just because I think it would be really funny to see him with like the
who's like George is quite a serious character. Get like Channing Tatum to that'd be funny.
Him with a big like handlebar mustache.
Yeah,
and like it's George's voice actor, like
just like Channing Tatum.
But and like you don't. It would be the same. Like it would be like a 1 second unmasking.
Yeah,
and it would be. I think it would just be hilarious.
Yeah. Channing Tatum doing like a young George.
Yeah. You know who I would love to see? Arnold Schwarzenegger as like elite number 7, because they don't really talk, just like a really jacked elite.
Sylvester Stallone as a hunter or some shit. Yeah. See, when I thought George, I was like trying to think like English actors, right? Because like he's got the like English accent
Mm-hmm.
and get like a British actor or something like that. Off the top of my head, like Idris Elba would be kind of cool.
Oh, that would be
Right? I think he would have been he's got a bit of a deep voice. He's kind of a big guy. Um and like George isn't exactly white either necessarily, which I mean, whatever, they can change that
Yeah.
too. That
It's
wouldn't
not
be a
canon
problem.
anyway, so.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not canon. Fuck it. Idris Elba would. I think he'd be a really cool George.
That'd be cool.
Or I think we go the other way. You pick like another English actor, say someone like Daniel Radcliffe, but you just like it's this like massive person, but you just kind of like superimpose his head there,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, like him,
kind
or
of what
like
they did with
Tom
Captain America
Holland or some shit like
where
that.
they like CGI.
Yeah,
his face
exactly.
onto like the really weak body.
Essentially the like reverse of that. Yeah, if they got like Arnold Schwarzenegger to be like the body, but then just like Daniel Radcliffe and his hello. I think that would be yeah. Yeah,
I like
I
it.
like that.
I like it a lot.
That also brings me to like, I don't know, are there any like video game characters or something like that that you can think of like a good casting role like that doing like a live action version? And if you want, you can think about it for a minute, and I'm gonna give you one that we've talked about, and I think it's like perfect, and I think it would nail it, but we would just never see it. So Army of Two, I think if they were to do an Army of Two live action, that would be sick. I don't think we're ever gonna see it because no one cares about Army of Two, and I don't think they're ever gonna make another fucking game.
Yeah.
It's so underrated, but at the same time, like,
Oh.
it could have had been so good, but then they just kind of like botched it on Army of Three.
Yeah, like possibly my favorite video game, Army of Two. I gotta say, one of my favorite co-op, obviously, but
Yeah, it was a great co-op, and yeah, I'm just so sad on how Army
Yeah.
of 2-3 happened, and
Yeah.
just kind of killed it.
that's another. We can get into that in another podcast. But yes, just a really good co-op shooter. You bond over that stuff, man. Awesome game to like play with a buddy. But anyway, so an Army of Two live action. So picture this as Elliot Salem. You get Mark Wahlberg, and as Tyson Rios, you get Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
I like it.
Mark Wahlberg, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and you do this like buddy cop like action movie. And I think it would be great because they're like, it would be funny and just these like both like colossal action stars, a lot of action, a lot of wisecracking. I think it would be phenomenal.
No, I 100% agree. Gotta like talk to EA like, hey, let's do this and like pitch it to Netflix.
I just thought,
Netflix
can we get like a Kickstarter to like raise fund just to like pay those two actors, and then the rest the movie's got like such a small budget, but it's just like to pay those two. I think it would be the only thing is I think like Dwayne would have to he'd have to like smile, not as much. Tyson Rios doesn't like smile a whole lot. He'd have to like tone down the smiling. But no, I think it would be good. And there'd have to be lots of the Army of Two staples, you know, the back to back.
I was just about to say, could you imagine the back-to-back scene where they're just like...
It would be phenomenal. Yeah. Just these muscled out fucking guys with like two guns in each hand and they're fucking spinning around each other and doing all the Army of Two staples, the back to back, the high fives and the fist bumps. A lot of that. I'm talking like
the rock, paper, scissors.
The rock, paper, scissors. I'm talking like every few scenes would have to have like a high five or a fist bump or something like that. For those of you not familiar with the Army of Two video game, it's like a game mechanic that you can like high five each other or like fist bump, or they do like air guitar sometimes with their guns. Yeah, like before they get into a gunfight, after they get into a gunfight, when they're at Starbucks and they get their names wrong, but they're too polite to say anything, and they just like fist bump and get their coffee and walk out. Just every scenario, fist bump, air guitar, whatever. I think,
that.
yeah, I think it'd be phenomenal. It'd be a good movie. Good action comedy, yeah. Anyway, so that's my like dream video game live action casting. Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to think
Can't
about
come
this.
up with anything, but yeah.
I'm gonna have to think about
We can
this.
next time if you come up with anything, let me know. I think a live action Mass Effect would be really cool. Like there'd be some interesting. It would need to be pretty big budget, but EA could pull that off, I'm sure. But there could be some cool.
It would have been possible
casting
if
there.
Andromeda did good.
Yeah.
That was so disheartening though, because like I get like it shouldn't have been. It was a AAA title, so like the bugs that were on day one shouldn't have been there. But like for what it was good.
I mean, they could have brought it back,
but they just like gave up on it. Like there were never any DLC or anything like that, so they just like dropped it.
I never really had any problems with it, and I had it from day one.
Yeah, I didn't have that.
Yeah, I didn't really. I got like a little bit of like the lip stretching and stuff, but like other than that, yeah, they kind of just like mafia'd it. They like took the cinder block shoes and just tossed it over the side, like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
Mass Effect.
Did you hear about that remaster trilogy though?
Yeah.
How are we doing for time? Nice.
We could probably wrap it up there.
Wrap this one up. Put a bow on it. Call it a day.
Yeah. Well, thank you all for tuning in.
Checking in this episode. Yeah. Don't.
We are now recording on Fridays, and our episodes are coming out Mondays.
The plan,
so
yeah.
I think we'll keep it on Mondays.
Try to stick to that schedule, yeah, best we can.
Yeah. We'll see you in the next one. All right.
Bye.